Hey, and welcome. Today we're diving into something pretty profound, the signs of a spiritual awakening. Now, this isn't about some sudden lightning bolt moment. It's really a journey, a gradual, deep, and personal journey of self-discovery. So let's explore what that journey can actually look and feel like.
You know, it often kicks off with a feeling just like this. On paper, your life might look great. You've got the job, the friends, everything seems to be in order. But deep down, there's this quiet, nagging feeling that there has to be something more. That feeling? That's our starting point.
So, what are we really talking about here? Well, a spiritual awakening is basically a huge shift in your consciousness, in how you see yourself, other people, and, well, everything. It's like the beginning of a brand new chapter, one where the focus turns inward to a much deeper understanding of who you are and what reality is all about.
This whole journey almost always begins inside. Long before anything changes in your life on the outside, you're going to start noticing some pretty big shifts in your own mind, in your emotions. Let's take a look at the first few signs.
This right here is often the initial spark. That feeling of dissatisfaction we just talked about, it's not a sign that something is wrong with you or your life. Think of it more as a signal, a sign that you are ready to start looking for a deeper sense of meaning.
This restlessness really acts like an internal compass. It's what pushes you to start questioning all the things you once just accepted, your beliefs, what society expects of you. It sparks this incredible curiosity to explore totally new ideas and different ways of living.
So, as you start questioning the world around you, you also naturally begin to look at your inner world a lot more closely. And this isn't about being self-critical. It's more like becoming a neutral observer of your own thoughts and feelings.
And this is where a new kind of freedom starts to kick in. You begin to see your thoughts as just thoughts, not undeniable facts. You start to notice your own patterns and unhook yourself from those automatic reactions. Suddenly, the labels that used to define you, your job title, your role in the family, they start to feel a lot less important than who you really truly are underneath it all.
Okay, this next part can get a little intense, but it is so important. An awakening often brings old, buried emotions bubbling up to the surface. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a deep spring cleaning for your soul.
This whole process is this powerful cycle of release and renewal. Instead of stuffing those difficult feelings back down, you learn to actually face them, to understand where they're coming from, and then you let them go. And every single time you do this, you're breaking an old, limiting pattern and building a much stronger, more resilient you. All right, so as your inner world starts to transform, it naturally begins to ripple outward. It's unavoidable. It starts changing how you interact with everything and everyone around you. One of the very first things you might notice is that you just feel things more deeply. And I don't just mean your own emotions. I'm talking about your connection to other people and to the world itself.
Now, this can be a little overwhelming at first, for sure, but it's really a sign of your awareness expanding. Your capacity for empathy just grows and grows, and you start feeling a genuine connection to others. You become more tuned into your environment, and you begin to almost perceive this subtle, invisible web that connects all of life together.
With all this new sensitivity and awareness, a major reevaluation of what actually matters to you is bound to happen. Things that once seemed super important can suddenly feel, well, pretty trivial.
This shift is often really dramatic. You'll see the focus move from the external world to the internal one. That constant drive for more stuff or higher status gets replaced by a deep desire for personal growth, for real meaningful connections, and for a genuine sense of inner peace. It's a fundamental shift from achieving to just being.
This brings us to the final part, and maybe the most profound stage of all. This is where the very lens you see reality through begins to fundamentally change.
As the walls of your old identity begin to soften, you start to experience this incredible sense of connection, one that goes way beyond simple empathy. It's a feeling of being a part of something so much larger than just yourself.
What this really means is that the feeling of being this separate, isolated little person starts to dissolve. You might be walking in the woods or even just sitting in a busy cafe, and you'll have these powerful moments of feeling completely at one with everything and everyone around you.
Now, this sense of oneness is directly tied to another key sign of awakening, the gradual dissolving of the ego. This doesn't mean you lose your personality, not at all. It just means that the rigid, defensive part of you starts to chill out.
So what does this look like in day-to-day life?
It means you become way less driven by the need to be right all the time, or to be in control, or to get approval from others. And that frees you up to respond to life with so much more authenticity, spontaneity, and presence.
And finally, all of these incredible changes lead to the ultimate shift, a fundamental change in how you experience reality itself. The world outside doesn't change, but your perception of it, it changes completely.
This new way of seeing things is filled with fluidity and wonder. The fixed boxes you used to put everything in, good, bad, past, future, they start to feel less solid. You start to see life as this dynamic, interconnected flow. And because of that, even the most ordinary moments can suddenly feel absolutely extraordinary.
So, after exploring all these signs, from the little shifts inside to a whole new reality unfolding, it's really important to remember one last thing. This isn't some destination that you just arrive at one day.
At the end of the day, a spiritual awakening is not a straight line with a finish line you cross. These signs we've talked about, they aren't a checklist you have to complete. They're more like road signs, markers that confirm you're on a path of expanding consciousness. They're invitations to just keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing.
And that leaves us with one final thought to ponder. If the journey is marked by all these incredible shifts in how we see and feel and connect, then maybe the destination isn't a place at all. Maybe the destination is simply a new way of living the journey itself.